If you're a highly sensitive person, any change, big or small, can feel really massive for you. You're sensitive to seasonal changes, you take time to adjust to a new job, new city, new environment, and even a good surprise can make you feel overwhelmed. Today, I'll explain why change hits so deeply for HSPs and how to navigate it so that you don't feel completely drained or bored. Hi, everyone. My name is Aditi, and I help highly sensitive people own their sensitivity to live their dream life. If you have ever felt like you should be handling change better, but instead you end up feeling tired, anxious, or overwhelmed, this video is for you. I'll also be sharing my own personal experiences for better understanding. This video is divided in three parts for better clarity so that you can understand why it happens, what mistakes HSPs make, and how to navigate change. I will be sharing three tips that will help you manage change better in the future. So let's get started. I'll be looking here in between the video because I have my PPT here. So first we will discuss why change feels so overwhelming for HSPs. Number one, more input is equal to more processing. HSPs have high sensory processing sensitivity SPS, which means they are sensitive to external stimuli. They take in more details from their environment, which naturally means that any small shift will be more overwhelming for. So, for example, I am very particular where my stuff is in my room. I prefer to organize my wardrobe on my own so that I know where everything is. I used to get very pissed off when my mother would organize my stuff when I was in school, and when I get back to home, everything would be out of place. So I prefer to do it on my own so that I can avoid that frustration. And even if it's a little messy, that is okay, but I should know where it is. So I was very particular about that. Like I wanted to have that sense of control in my room, because I notice even small changes, like if uh, a stationery is not where I put it. So I will notice that if a pen is not where I have put it in my room, I will notice that if someone has moved it when I come back to my room. So any small or big change will be bigger to a HSP than a non HSP brain. It feels like a new task if something is unusual, since it takes in everything. So HSP brain takes in everything. It's like an antenna which takes all the information around them. So any unusual thing or any changes will be more noticeable to a highly sensitive person. When change happens, HSP brain gets flooded with new details, which makes it longer to process. So if there are too many changes, it can even lead to exhaustion. Think about it. The HSP brain is designed to notice subtle shifts, so any change is going to be a little more stimulating for them than a non HSP. Second, the unknown. As I said, the unusual, the unknown. Based on scientific research, HSP's brain inhibition system is more active, which is responsible for scanning potential risks in the environment. Now, change means unpredictability, which makes the sensitive nervous system more alert and scan potential risks in their environment, if there are any. This is natural and done subconsciously or unconsciously by them. For example, I remember when I first moved into a new flat on my own, I got sick for the first 2 days. And back then, when I didn't know I'm a HSP, I thought it was because I'm scared and alone in a new place. But now looking back, I feel it was just my sensitive nervous system. And because of overstimulation, of being in a completely new place on my own, I still had to arrange the kitchen, buy the furniture, and I did not plan it enough. I did not plan it well. I was trying to do everything on my own in a new city, which can be quite overwhelming for anyone, and especially so for a HSP. So that led to me being sick for the first 2 days because of the overstimulation. Third point is the good change paradox. As I said in the beginning of the video, even good changes or surprises can lead to overstimulation. Have you ever been overwhelmed by a good news? That's because positive change still comes with increased stimulation, more social interaction, new routines, heightened emotions, excitement, and overwhelm can happen at the same time. For example, you might feel overstimulated by a surprise birthday party, and your initial reaction would be of shock instead of excitement. It can feel like anxiety if you're not aware about your high sensitivity, but it's just your body feeling overwhelmed in the moment. It calms down when you give yourself some time to breathe in and absorb the situation. I'll be sharing some really useful tips on how to navigate change better. So stick with me till the end of this video. To summarize, change is overwhelming for HSPs because it's unfamiliar, which means new inputs, which means more processing for highly sensitive people. Now let's move on to the second part of the video where we will discuss some common mistakes HSPs make during a life transition or change. When we don't understand our high sensitivity needs, we push ourselves through change and do not give ourselves the proper recovery time we need. This can mean that you're overcommitting yourself during change. You take on more work when you don't need to, and you do not give yourself that time to rest and recharge. It is very important that you give yourself that alone time so that your brain can process and understand things more deeply at its own pace. So do not overcome it. Second, with a good change, you may feel like you want to skip rest, but don't get into this trap. I've also been there. I would think that this is a good change. Like, I'm moving to a new city. So now I want to be more outgoing. But this can lead to exhaustion and even burnout. You start comparing yourselves to other people who are more outgoing, are constantly on the move, who can even go to parties after a long working day. But you have to understand your own needs. You, when you don't give yourself that proper time to rest, uh, be alone with your thoughts, recharge, proper sleep, then you are not honoring your high sensitivity and you will not be able to perform your best then the very next day. So it's very important to honor your sensitivity, which leads me to the third point, which is you have to make that mindset shift and accept your high sensitive needs, because lots of time we beat ourselves for feeling drained. Like, if you're moving to a new city and everyone is going about their lives feeling fine, but you are here feeling drained, even though you are doing everything right. So even if you are aware and you are taking good care of yourself, you are giving yourself that proper rest, proper sleep, and everything, but you can still feel drained out because it's a big change and you will feel it. So we start criticizing ourselves and beating ourselves up for feeling drained. But you have to understand that your sensitivity comes with comes with its own set of weaknesses and strengths. If you have watched this whole series I'm doing about high sensitivity, my purpose is to make you understand that sensitivity is a beautiful thing and everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. So, one of the weaknesses of HSPs is that they get overwhelmed faster than non HSPs because of their sensitive nervous system. So, understand and accept this about yourself because you have so many other strengths as well. You have your own strengths, like you're empathetic, you understand things deeply, you have psychic abilities many a times. So, there are so many strengths as well. When you take it as a packaged deal, then you will be able to accept this part of yourself as well. And when you give that time to yourself to uh, accept uh, accept the change and go at your own pace, take time to adjust to a new place, then the at the starting it will be slow. You will need more time than others, but once you adapt to the change, you will be very well adapted and you will have a better understanding of the new place, which is much more deeper than others. So you take time to do it, but you do it well. So when you see it like that, you will be able to give yourself that time you need in the start and go forward with more clarity. So to summarize, mistakes you need to avoid during a life transition as a HSP are: first, do not overcommit yourself. Second, do not skip rest. And third, if you're doing everything right but you still feel drained, do not criticize yourself and practice self compassion. Now, let's move on to the part 3 of the video where we will discuss some useful tips to navigate change better. I'm also in the middle of a big life transition currently, so these tips have helped me as well. First is the 3-day buffer rule. Give yourself 3 days before and 3 days after you go through a change. This gives your nervous system enough time it needs to adjust. You are essentially allowing yourself to slide into change instead of throwing yourself into it. It is very helpful if you have the freedom to plan your days. Then try to do this. For example, if you're going on a hiking trip, you can take it slow for that week. Like 3 days prior to the trip, do not overcommit yourself and take it very slow. Give yourself the proper sleep, uh, be more relaxed during the days. And when you return from the trip, then take 1 day off work and completely relax, get into your routine, and then join in work the next day. This will allow your body to recover faster, and you will have sufficient time to recharge so then you will be able to perform at your best when you go to work after it. So if you have that freedom to plan your days and you know a change is coming, then you can plan it better so that you are able to go through the process more easy and it does not overwhelm you that much. So keep this in mind the next time you go on a trip and try it out if it works for you. Second is sensory load management. As I said, HSPs have sensory processing sensitivity. So during transitions, reduce other sources of stimulation, limit news, going into crowds, and create small quiet breaks during your day so that you can relax. For example, I personally take pause every 4 hours during the day. It was suggested by my coach and I'm doing this for I think almost 2 to 3 years now. It is very helpful because it helps me reconnect with my body, and I take a pause. Like, for example, my first alarm or first pause hits up at 11 a.m. So from 7 to 11 a.m., I scan what happened to me between 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. in that pause, reconnect with my body. I feel if any emotions arise, and just try to bring myself back to the present moment. This helps me be more relaxed and peaceful throughout the day. So I take pause every 4 hours. You can also try it out if that works for you. Third is the mindset shift. This is very key, and I hope this video helped you in shifting your mindset around change. When you feel overstimulated, remind yourself this isn't me failing. This is just my sensitive nervous system reacting to change, and takes I can take steps to support it. So now that you know that you get overwhelmed during a life transition or change, it can be overwhelming or overstimulating for you. Now you can take steps to support yourself during that process. This tiny mind shift can make the change more manageable for you. So, to summarize this whole video for you, I would like to say that change is part of life. And when you learn to handle it well and support yourself, you can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. I hope this video helped you understand your reactions to change and how to manage yourself during a change. Understanding your reaction to change is the first step. But what about changes that occurred to you in the past you still think about, replay, and even regret? In my next video, I will share a powerful exercise with you which will help you reframe your reactions to change in the past and in the light of what you know now. It is a very powerful exercise and one of the most transformative techniques I teach, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. So do not miss next week's video. If today's video helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and let me know in the comments what's the most overwhelming change you have experienced as a highly sensitive person. I'd love to hear your story and connect with you in the comments below. Thank you for joining in and listening to me. See you next week. Bye.